I want to get to this because it's just so dumb. Jasmine Crockett. She's so dumb.
I knew you were going to say her name, by the way, just based on the way you were setting this up.
She's so dumb. Here she is in SOP 4. Let's listen.
Folks who also took money from somebody named Jeffrey Epstein, as I had my team dig in very quickly. Mitt Romney, the NRCC, Lee Zeldin, George Bush, Win Red, McCain Palin, Rick Lazio. I just want to be clear. If this is the standard that we're going to make, just know we're going to expose it all.
Oh, my God. She's talking about Dr. Jeffrey Epstein, who's not the Jeffrey Epstein, who made those donations. Her crack team uncovered the latest list of possible predators. No. Honestly, she's lucky she said that on the House floor because she could get sued like that if she didn't. She's too dumb to be a member of Congress. And that's saying something.
There was
Buck.
A story, and this is sound like a diversion, but it just reminds me too much of this. There was a story at Amherst, my college, where the student committee that invites speakers, this is back in like the early 80s or something, when people still use phone books. They wanted to have Jesse Jackson. And so they invited the Reverend Jesse Jackson from Chicago to come speak. And no one figured out until the Reverend arrived that it was a different Reverend Jesse Jackson.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, this just happened to was it The Guardian, who tried to interview Bill de Blasio,
yes.
Former mayor of New York?
I love that guy.
And they got the wrong Bill de Blasio, who gave him a big interview about his thoughts on
Mamdani.
It was
amazing.
And it was totally the wrong guy.
I give this guy the act. First of all, you know what Bill de Blasio is? I've been, when I used to fill in for Rush, I remember I popularized this, and people in the Rush audience still remember this. Do you know what Bill de Blasio's name was? Warren Wilhelm. He changed his name.
What?
Yes. Go check it out. Go check it out. No one ever believes me. Grok it, everybody. Go
Warren
check
Wilhelm.
It out.
That's a much better name than Bill de Blasio.
Bill de Blasio. Hey, he wanted to be Bill de Blasio, the union guy. You could trust him. Bill de Blasio from down the block. He changed his name. His name was Warren Wilhelm, and he changed it. And I just think that that's one of the most kind of astonishing name changes. But
it's very telling. By the way, I was wrong. It wasn't Guardian. It was Times of London, just for the record. I mean, honestly, the irresponsibility of just throwing things out there as a sitting representative is
can we just stunning. For a second, though, the Bill de Blasio guy who's not Bill de Blasio giving his thoughts on the mayor's race. I love that guy. That guy's amazing.
I know. He's like, hey, they wanted my thoughts on Mamdani, so I gave them. Yeah. The Times of London was just doing a spiral for days thereafter. Okay. Kara Swisher has some thoughts on where this release of the Epstein files, which is coming now after it's been passed by both houses of Congress and is going to Trump's desk, on where this is going. Here she is in SOP 5.
I do think this is it. There is definitely a photo of him in some fashion. And so if there's a photo, I think, the pussy grabbing thing was voice, which was problematic enough. But there's a photo like what happened to Andrew. I think it's game over. And then we have President fucking JD Vance.
But if we're to speculate, wait, hold on. You think this ends his presidency prematurely?
Yes. He'll be sick. He'll be that. Yeah. I do. I think he's not going to make it to the end.
Be careful what you wish for. I think JD Vance is
I agree.
scarier.
Hello, I just called him a couch fucker to San Francisco.
Just checking in on the normal left. So the Epstein thing will bring the Trump presidency down, and JD Vance is a couch fucker, according to Kara Swisher.
Yeah, those are supposed to be like the two leading intellectuals of the new left, or the established, the sort of new establishment left, if you will, because they're on the podcast side. And Kara Swisher, my only interaction with her ever was her just astonished that I didn't think that masks outside was a good policy. So, I mean, I'm one of these people who looks at them like, these are not smart people. I mean, they maybe they have
She's really hateful.
Really, really nasty. And I would say on the Trump thing, I mean, what does she want to bet that this doesn't, this is, I wish we could start doing this now, right, where I just say, you know what do you want to put up? How much money do you want to put up that there's no photo of Trump? It's not going to end his presidency. But Megyn, the problem is the Democrat audience has been so conditioned for, oh my gosh, we finally got him, that anything that isn't, we finally got Trump, doesn't get attention. In fact, people get angry at those who will say, look, guys, like, let's think about the midterms. You know, the country's not actually on fire. No, you can't say that as a Democrat. You have to say that Trump is Hitler. You have to say these insane things. And she's just playing into them. What she said is manifestly stupid. And in a week or in a day or whatever it is, when we see what comes out of this, it won't be true. And what she said will look asinine, but she'll just move on to something else. And that's the plan. But
remember when James Carville predicted that Trump wasn't even going to make it to mid-February of 2025 on his term, that like he was going to, this was the beginning of the end. He was going down. He was going to implode. It was like these like hardcore Trump deranged Democrats who are in the public eye, like issuing opinions for a living.
You know this too, Megyn.
They view it as like dropping. Let me finish. Yeah. They view it as like dropping like little dollops of cocaine on the tongues of their listeners, right? Like, I'm going to give you like an upper. I'm going to make your serotonin surge with exactly what I know you want to hear. And it's just so opposite of the business we're supposed to be in, which is speaking hard truths and like staying in the field of reality.
Yeah, they take this all very personally because, and I think that always has to be remembered, the anti-Trump media lost. He beat them. He defeated them, not just in getting elected the first time, but even more so in getting elected the second time when they had the full force of a corrupt and senile presidency and its DOJ henchmen and all of the establishment Democrat media arrayed against Trump to stop him from becoming president. And now also because of shows like this one and also the ability to say things freely on X, they just don't have the same hold on the public's mind and even the public's imagination that they used to. And I bring it up because they're deeply resentful. The New York Times, to well-informed people, is a joke. It is not an objective entity. It is not fair. It is not taking the approach of journalism. Yeah, it says things that are true, but that doesn't mean that it's doing so in order to spread the truth. It also says a lot of stuff that's absolute crap and that it's dishonest, just like CNN, fundamentally dishonest about the mission. The mission is not to inform the public in a neutral way about what matters. It is to program the public based on a previously set ideology and orthodoxy that if you don't adhere to in any of these newsrooms or on that podcast, whatever it's called, you're a bad person and they will shun you and they will kick you out. Trump beat them. He beat all of them. And so this is why I think the bitterness, yes, the audience craves that bitterness, to your point about like putting a little bit of, cocaine or whatever out there for them, like the old experiments with the hamster and the pedal, like has to get more cocaine.
Yeah.
See, beyond that, though, I think that a lot of people who think of themselves as like the guardians of our democracy in the media realize that I look at them, and I've been doing this now for 15 years, and I'm like, you people are just jackasses, honestly. And you've done a huge disservice to your audience. And
to your point, let me give you another Kara Swisher thought. So that thing about JD allegedly effing a couch was completely made up by some blogger when Trump and Vance were running against Kamala. And it was literally just made up out of thin air. Somebody claimed it was in his book. It's not in his book. Just read the book. You'll see it's a lie. And they just did it to smear him. And now, in the anatomy of a smear, it gets raised over and over by dishonest people like Kara Swisher. And so understanding that she could get sued if she let that, hang in the air as she just did, she decides to fix it. And this is how she fixes it. Take a listen to SOT 6.
Just what's been released now is crazy and problematic for the president, obviously. And I think he hasn't had an eruption in all day. JD Vance is gone. I don't know where he went. He usually gets on and gets all mad about things and, sits on a couch, etc. And he has not been I have to. I don't think he fucked a couch, everyone. I don't. I don't think he fucked a couch. But the fact of the matter is, I think he could. See, that's where I feel about him.
It's not even, it's not funny. It's not clever.
It's not. She's disgusting.
She's gross. And people that are laughing at that, I feel sorry for them because they have been so programmed. They are the left-wing lemmings, although Fun fact, lemmings actually don't commit mass suicide. That was totally fabricated by a Disney documentary. Conversation for another time. Something you learn, Megyn, you have me on your show. We learn fun things. We talk about fun things together.
We do.
Yeah. But they have been so programmed. They have been so brainwashed by their own media that they just, they would rather, you could hear it. It was an uneasy laugh because I think at some level they must recognize that what she's saying is, I mean, he's a sitting vice president. What she's saying is dumb. It's based in nothing. It's disrespectful. It's just childish.
He's got young kids.
It's childish.
He's got young kids. It's like, really, you have to drag him with a completely made up lie. You know, his children are going to see this like, you're so gross.
Well, but
they just don't care.
This is the thing.
There's no humanity.
On the right, we actually have, there are a lot of people on the right who, whether you agree with them or not, they are actually impressive individuals. There are people of considerable character, talent, skill, thinking of somebody like JD Vance, of course. I mean, his story is amazing. People know Hillbilly Elegy. But he's an incredibly high wattage guy. He understands these issues. You look at Marco Rubio. You look at Scott Bessent. You look at the people in this administration, and whether or not you agree with their decisions and think that they have tremendous wisdom, they definitely have tremendous IQ, ability, talent, backgrounds. And then you look at the Biden administration, and you look at the Democrat bench, and you look at the people that are making decisions. It's a clown show. And it's
you
not
see
just
Jasmine Crockett.
Yeah, it's not just because I disagree with them. I mean, the top people around. I mean, Karine Jean-Pierre is a moron. I don't like being mean.
By any objective measure.
She's an idiot. She's truly a moron. And Joe Biden wasn't smart before he had the dementia, has always just been the slimiest used car salesman of a politician on the planet. And then you look at Kamala. Kamala's a moron, okay? Not an intelligent person, not impressive in any capacity whatsoever.
No. Tim Walz.
Tim Walz, not an impressive person. You go down this list and you compare, and an objective party or somebody who's just trying to look at things for what they are goes, on the one side, you have people who, men and women who in their own ways are badasses and do cool things and have been successful. And you look at the leadership of the Democrat Party, and they're a bunch of whiny, DEI-obsessed, pro-transing your kids, open borders, wackos.
My friend just lost her ring. She went to replace it. She realized it was a gold ring. The price of it has gone up like 25% since she bought the ring a year ago. That's because gold is on the march upward. And it is the one time of year that Birch Gold Group gives away free gold with every qualifying purchase. That's right, for Black Friday, when you convert an existing IRA or 401k into a tax-sheltered IRA in gold, Birch Gold will send free gold to your home for every $20,000 purchased. Gold started this year around $2,600 an ounce. By October, it was over $4,000 an ounce. Why? Global uncertainty. 2025 has been defined by trade wars, central banks are pulling from the US dollar as the global reserve currency, and military tension continues to build. Gold thrives in times of uncertainty, and if you are looking to diversify your savings, Birch Gold can help you. Plus, now through November 30th, get free gold, I say, with a qualifying purchase. Just text MK to the number 989898 to claim your eligibility and for a free info kit on gold. But your opportunity for free gold with purchase will end on November 30th, so don't wait. Text MK to the number 989898 for full details. Message and data rates may apply. Thanks so much for watching. If you like what you just saw, hit the subscribe button for more clips and full episodes.